L&D in hospitality. How to make training work. Training has a bad reputation in hospitality. Too often, it is something we put people through rather than something that changes what they do. Staff sit in a room, tick a box, collect a certificate, and then head back to the floor, no better equipped than before. Guests feel no difference. Leaders see no return. That is why learning and development must be reimagined. Because when training works, it changes everything. Service improves, complaints fall, upselling increases, retention strengthens, and culture comes alive. L&D is not a side function. It is the heartbeat of hospitality. Without it, we cannot deliver the moments that guests remember. With it, we can. Why L&D matters more than ever. Three forces are converging in our industry. Skills requirements are evolving, technology is reshaping roles, and retention pressure is intensifying. Front desk agents are no longer just checking people in. They are handling mobile systems, navigating GDPR requests, and selling upgrades. Food and beverage teams are not simply serving tables. They are expected to balance dietary needs, sustainability standards, and guest expectations of personalized service. Technology adds both complexity and opportunity. Property management systems, AI forecasting, and digital guest interfaces promise efficiency, but only if people know how to use them. Without training, technology becomes a barrier rather than a benefit. And then there is retention. Hospitality has long been hit by high turnover. Our strongest defense is to show staff that they can grow. If people feel they are learning, they stay. If they feel stagnant, they leave. For me, this has never been an abstract debate. Over my career, I have watched people walk out of hotels because they felt their growth was ignored. I have also seen others stay because they were invested in, stretched, and supported. The difference is profound. Getting the basics right. The most effective learning programs share 5 common features. A clear learning strategy. It is not enough to run training sessions. A strategy sets out the capabilities, skills, and behaviors needed now and in the future. It defines the role of learning within the broader people strategy, connecting to talent management, leadership development, and even end-of-employment practices like redeployment or career support. A robust learning needs analysis. Too many training sessions miss the mark because no one asked what the real need was. In hospitality, the data is already there. Guest feedback, online reviews, performance scores, staff turnover, and even absence levels. Used well, these metrics reveal where skills are strong and where gaps exist. Practical design. Adults learn best when content is relevant, experiential, and focused. This is why the adage, less is more, holds true. Rather than pack hours of content into a day, design short sessions that staff can practice and apply. Build in time for reflection and action planning. Accessible delivery. Long training days are rarely practical in hotels or restaurants. Blended approaches are far more effective. Short modules online, team huddles before service, peer-to-peer learning, and mentoring. Training should happen in the flow of work, not far removed from it. Rigorous evaluation. Collecting satisfaction forms is not an evaluation. Real evaluation looks at impact. Did guest reviews improve? Did upselling revenue rise? Did compliance breaches reduce? Did retention strengthen? These are the measures that matter. The types of training that truly move the needle. Some areas of training consistently deliver the strongest outcomes in hospitality. Onboarding and orientation. When done well, these give new employees the confidence to succeed and build loyalty from day one. Customer service excellence. Training focusing on active listening, service recovery, and cultural awareness ensures staff can confidently handle every guest. Technical training. This is the bedrock of efficiency and compliance, from property systems to food safety. Leadership development. Supervisors and managers shape the culture. If they are trained to coach, motivate, and manage performance, the ripple effect is enormous. Sales and upselling. Hospitality often overlooks this, but teaching staff how to recommend upgrades and add value transforms guest satisfaction and revenue. Diversity and inclusion. Teams and guests are diverse. Training that builds awareness, respect, and inclusivity ensures consistency in every interaction. Over the years, I have seen the direct link between these programs and business results. A well-structured upselling workshop raised revenue by double digits in one property I worked with, and a re-engineered onboarding program halved early turnover in another. Training, when targeted, changes the numbers. Overcoming the barriers. Every leader has heard the same objections. There is no time, budgets are tight, and staff will not engage. These barriers are real, but they can be overcome. Time is best addressed by embedding learning into routines. A 5-minute coaching conversation in a pre-shift briefing can achieve more than a half-day course that no one remembers. When the cost of poor service is made clear, money becomes less of an issue. I have had to show boards how much is lost in refunds, complaints, or re-recruitment. Suddenly, investing in training looks like a bargain. Cynicism disappears when training is designed with the employees. When employees see how the learning makes their job easier and their service better, they engage naturally. The evolution of learning in hospitality. Hospitality training has evolved dramatically. It began with informal apprenticeships and shadowing, then moved into structured classroom sessions, e-learning, and online compliance modules. Today, we are entering a new era. The best organizations now blend digital and face-to-face learning. They deliver short, accessible modules that fit into a busy shift pattern. They use communities of practice, peer learning, and mentoring to create networks of shared knowledge. They measure impact with data, not assumptions. And they recognize that learning is as much about emotional intelligence, inclusivity, and well-being as it is about technical skills. Guests notice when staff are confident, empathetic, and knowledgeable. That confidence comes from learning. In a nutshell, learning and development is not about classrooms, tick-box compliance, or modules no one remembers. It is about creating the confidence and capability that underpin every guest interaction. When done properly, it raises service standards, reduces turnover, strengthens culture, and boosts revenue.